Only got a few days left here on TikTok, which means I have neither the time nor the desire to be polite about this. So let's do the thing that you should have done before leaving this brainless comment and learn some science. This is an introductory biology textbook called Campbell Biology Concepts and Connections, and it is the newest edition. This is the kind of textbook used in freshman level Intro to Bio for non-majors classes, or even advanced high school students. This is, literally, basic biology. And here in chapter 9, we get this section over sex chromosomes and differentiation. The biochemical, physiological, and anatomical features associated with males and females are turning out to be more complex than previously realized, with many genes involved in their development. We now know that sex is not a binary state with just two defined outcomes. Because of the complexity of the genes and proteins involved in sex determination, many variations exist. Some individuals are born with intermediate sexual or intersex characteristics, or even with anatomical features that do not match an individual's sense of their own gender, known as transgender individuals. Sex determination is an active area of research that should yield more sophisticated results in years to come. And down here on the bottom of the page, we even get a little pop quiz. Does the development of ovaries necessarily mean that a human has two X chromosomes? No! But again, that's just basic biology. We need something a little bit more advanced to match your staggering intellect. So let's take a look at this genetics textbook. In fact, this is the same brand of genetics textbook that I used to get my first biology degree. Only this one is the 7th edition, which is actually a newer edition than the one that I use. So this is even better than my undergrad training. Up here you can see they are also talking about intersex people, in this case someone who is genetically female and phenotypically male, but that's not the point of this video. The point here is this paragraph. Gender is not the same as sex. Biological sex refers to the anatomical and physiological phenotype of an individual. Gender is a category assigned by the individual or others based on behavioral and cultural practices. One's gender need not coincide with one's biological sex. If there's one thing that I know about people who use laughing emojis in place of an argument, is that they really need things spelled out for them. So let's look at just one more source, this time the World Health Organization's page on gender and health. Gender refers to the characteristics of women, men, girls, and boys that are socially constructed. This includes norms, behaviors, and roles associated with being a woman, man, girl, or boy, as well as relationships with each other. As a social construct, gender varies from society to society and can change over time. Gender interacts with, but is different from sex, which refers to the different biological and physiological characteristics of males, females, and intersex persons, such as chromosomes, hormones, and reproductive organs. You know, the exact thing that I was saying on the video where you left this shitty comment. So when you say that gender is the same thing as sex, and that there isn't a single person on the planet who believes that gender is a social construct, what you actually mean is, you believe those things, and so you assume that all the biologists and doctors in the world are all just wrong. Because if there's one thing that unites transphobes, flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, creationists, and every other kind of science denier, it's that they cannot tell the difference between their own ignorance and scientific evidence. I'll be putting out a long-form video over on this platform by the end of this month about sex, gender, why they're different, and why neither is binary, so please make sure that you're subscribed over here, especially with TikTok going down the drain. This is where I put in my best work. I'll see you over there.